South African, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Jeannie D, and this is Afternoon Express.
Welcome indeed. Lovely to have you join us today. It's a Fashion and Beauty Thursday on Afternoon Express, and today we're joined by Pinkie Luzwazi, a woman who has not only built a clothing brand from nothing, but also gives back by teaching unemployed single parents how to design and make fashion. And she's brought some of her creations along.
I can't wait to see them. Now, she was recently named the top student in the Small Business Academy at Stellenbosch University Business School, and we'll be chatting to the head of the academy as well to learn more about the work that they do for entrepreneurs.
Plus, with the summer in full swing and the price of beauty products so high, we chat to blogger Liesl Germanota, who has some affordable homemade alternatives.
Speaking of, it's a brand new year. You've got your resolutions in place and the weekend is almost upon us. And I don't want your snacking regime to turn unhealthy. So Clem's going to be showing us how to do something fun and easy that's really delicious. It involves chicken, it involves coconut and green beans.
Yeah, it's going to be spicy, it's going to be delicious. And we're keeping it very healthy, we are. So I'm going to teach you a new way to crumb your chicken.
Okay.
And a new way to cook your beans.
Because crumb chicken can generally be quite oily and full of breadcrumbs. You're going to show us a new alternative.
We are. So we're leaving that behind in 2017. So we're going to go all healthy for the start of 2018.
Love it! Brand new year, brand new you, all healthy, slim. That summer body throughout the year is coming your way. Ladies and gents, it's time for us to kick off the show with our first guest on the couch.
Now, our first guest today is proof that you're never too old to learn. Pinkie Luzwazi started making clothes when she was only 13 years old in her hometown of Mthatha. Now, at the age of 53, she's running a successful fashion company called Luspin Production Designs. And she was just recently named the top student in the University of Stellenbosch Business School's Small Business Academy.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
I have this belief that you are either born an entrepreneur or you aren't. The same as somebody like who's really good at music. You can teach anybody music, but only certain people will be brilliant musicians.
Definitely.
So you showed from a really young age that you had an entrepreneurial spirit. I think you were selling sweets and things at school and then unpacking clothes too. I mean, when did all this love for creating begin?
Began when I was still a teenager.
Yeah.
And then just before holidays, my parents would plan holidays. Then I would know that they would buy some sleepwear for us. Then what I would do is to develop sleepwear for my siblings. And then I would actually demand for payment. But sometimes I wouldn't get that payment. But now when I see what I used to do then after I've learned, I really love even the quality of the things that I was doing. It's actually showing that I was learning at that time, but it was a very good learning curve.
And who taught you back then?
How did you start to sew? Who taught you how to sew? Who taught you how to design?
No one taught me to sew. It's just that my mom had a machine that was there, and when others would be playing with dolls, then I would take that machine and actually say, no, this, I must utilize it. And then I would see my aunt stitching at times. Then I thought, let me just see. And I was a bit curious when I wear pants. I remember one time I was with Fushinis fitting the pants, and I kept on looking, how did they do this? Then when I got home, my aunt picked everything. Then I said, I want to see all these pieces and then redo it again.
So you understood how a pattern then was worked.
And that really helped me when I actually pursued designing at tertiary level, because all that was self-taught was actually very practical at that time.
Yeah.
So you pursued design, you studied design, and obviously there's a business element to design that is a very essential part of actually making money.
Yes.
So when did you realize that you needed to go to a business school and you needed to learn the business side of things more intensely?
It's when I had relocated to Cape Town, and I wanted to actually know more of the market in this area, and I needed to study more of how to go about doing business. Actually, when I've been doing it, I thought I have lots of pitfalls. So I was focused mostly on my passion and the drive to succeed. Then I wanted the expansion, and you can't just expand without more knowledge. So that's when I thought, if I can get something that's very practical for the business, instead of saying, one time I thought, let me do MBA, but I thought, no, I'm not rushing to be employed somewhere. I need to improve on my business. So when I was going past going to Tiger Valley, I saw Stellenbosch Business School. Then that's when my curiosity just came up. Let me just go and ask. And when I entered in there, the coordinator and Benji and the people who received me were very warm, and the way they explained it to me, I thought this is where I belong. So on the first intake, after the interviews, so on the first day when the lecturer started to unpack about the actual course and what things are needed from us, then they actually touched on some of the pitfalls that I had always wanted to rectify and some of the things that I wanted. So, because my main thing was to pursue my passion, but I did not really do business management as a course.
And it's so much easier, I suppose, when you're learning it and then you're doing the practical in your own business as well, which obviously worked out for you because at the age of 53, but you look 41, you've just graduated and with the top marks in the class. You were the top student. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Hard work pays.
Yeah.
I had sleepless nights, of course, but then it really gives that inner satisfaction at the end when you say, I must push and push until something comes out. You don't give up easily.
You are extraordinary.
It's absolutely inspiring. So you designed formal wear, streetwear,
decor as well.
Yeah, and with an African twist to it.
Yes.
Tell us more about your actual designs and the aesthetic.
Before I used to do basically so many things with design, fashion, wedding gowns and all that. So, but now I thought, let me just focus on the denim wear and something that is easy to wear.
You made your own jacket, obviously.
Something that is easy to wear. And as you grow, sometimes some of the things you don't like to press, all these intricate things. So I thought, if I just do what it's easy to wear, anything that I can just pick up from my wardrobe, whether I can put it and do it formal or casual, that will fit every occasion.
Yeah.
So that was my thinking when I did that. And then I developed a denim range called Timeless Denim. Why Timeless Denim? You can use denim anywhere. I don't know how long have I had this for
and
a
it's
very
gorgeous.
long time.
Yeah.
So you can use it at any time, anyway. So that's why I call it Timeless Denim.
Whenever, like, friends of mine start new businesses and that, I always think one of the most important things to do is keep your expenses really low until you start making a good profit. So I think it's always a good idea to work from home as much as you can until you need bigger space. Are you still running your business from home at the moment?
Yes, I am.
Amazing.
Still. It's a small space.
Yeah.
I've relocated from this side and I did not really have a bigger space. I had a bigger space in the Eastern Cape, but here I thought, let me just start from scratch. And then starting from scratch, it was saying, in my way of thinking of expanding, I must start from scratch here and see how I can grow it and forget about how I did things before. And what I did before, some of them I experienced for now. And when I actually entered the business school, then I thought it's a good thing because I don't have expenses that are exorbitant.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my practical work, and the way the finance lecturer was moving on and teaching us, show how to utilize and use our finances in a way it's a good investment for 10, 15 years to come.
Exactly.
So these are some of the things, even though we would budget, but you would literally want to run the business, and I was more hands-on. So now I know, even though I'm more hands-on, there are other things that will make the business to progress and to actually expand. And if I know my systems well, then it will work well.
Wow. So you're also very passionate about development and empowerment in your community.
Definitely.
And you run a program called Stitch to Stitch for single parents. Why single parents?
Single parents are sometimes marginalized. They don't have anyone to look up to. So sometimes they get grant and it's not even enough. And they don't have a second hand to help them up. And that has been our main focus. And this one I do together. It's a voluntary work with Pastor David Sloan. So we are very passionate about empowering single parents, single unemployed parents.
And you're making such a massive difference to so many people's lives. Let's have a look at a quick clip and see exactly some of your work.
Before I was with Stitch to Stitch, I couldn't even sew a pattern. But with Stitch to Stitch, they taught me how to use my hands. She taught us how to do the design and the pattern, and then how to do it from scratch. Because she said that she wants us to be like her. So if she wants us to be like her, we need to do things exactly like she do it.
I was introduced to Sis Pinkie when I heard about the program at Stitch to Stitch. She includes me when she has to design for fashion shows. I assist her in terms of admin, sewing, even like stitching little stuff. So she's kind of like my mentor because she tries to include me in everything that she does because she knows I have some potential into getting into this industry of fashion design because that's my dream. I've learned leadership skills. That's one thing that they taught me. They taught me business skills on how to start your business, how to develop it and make it your vision, to turn your vision into reality. And I've learned how to do beads, I've learned how to sew clothes, I've learned how, like craft skills, handcraft skills, doing patterns also. We did patterns when we had to design a range for a certain fashion show. So that's little stuff that I got to learn. For me, it's a big thing because I never knew those stuff and I never knew that I'm capable of doing stuff like that. So it was exciting for me.
We had just been studying the Word of God, being a follower of Christ. So always every weekend I come in her place and studying the Word of God. So I found out that she's busy with the business and I asked her, why am I busy looking for a job? Why not I come to your business, be part of it? So that's where we started. It's so amazing. In this journey, I've learned being a hard worker. That's what I saw from her. She coached me, she mentored me. There's a lot of things that she does, she impart in me. And I've learned that you do everything with passion. Passion. I see a change in my life with many things, on how I do things, on how I act. Now I'm able to impact others out there. I've been mentoring young ones because of what she taught me as well.
My goal is like to have my business in clothing because now it's like my passion. With Stitch to Stitch, they provoked that passion that I had that I didn't even know that I had. So with them pushing me to become what I want, I didn't know that I could be. So now it's like I want to push it forward and then be like, build the empire for my family, like PC, Chikuma, hello.
I'm hoping, and I know for sure one day, I'll have a name under my brand that, like the clothing that I design will be significant to what I am and who I am.
One day I see myself having a business out of South Africa. There's one of the slogans that I like from her, things that they were writing about her, that says, think internationally, act locally.
That is remarkable, and you must be so proud to be listening to that. You know, I think one of the most difficult things in the world to share and to teach is passion. To be able to share and to give people passion like that is a gift.
Absolutely,
well done.
Absolutely. And also to be able to match that passion with hard work.
Yeah.
And what advice would you give to somebody out there who's watching who wants to start a clothing business?
First, they must be able to identify their gift and actually not copy someone else. They must understand who they are so that they can nurture themselves, who they are, and then who you are. Even if there are 20 other designers out there, the actual you will come out and actually portray itself. So understanding yourself mostly, having the desire to achieve, starting and finish. Have that mentality of you start, you finish. It doesn't matter how storms you go through, but you start and finish. Then after that, when you have that mentality, you literally have a drive. The passion drives you, and you actually see yourself going through the hurdles.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even think about you see the hurdles, but you say, I need to pursue, I need to pursue. You can fail today, tomorrow you won't fail.
Thank you so much for being on the show, and I'm pretty sure you have inspired a good load of people in the country today. Thank you very much. After the break, we're in the kitchen with another healthy summer recipe, coconut-crusted chicken. Plus, we sit down with the head of Small Business Academy at USB, Mariki Teron Wepenaar, to learn more about how they're empowering small business owners.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, it would not be a Thursday in true Afternoon Express style without a bit of a fashion show. And today we're joined by inspiring Pinkie Luzwazi, founder of Luspin Production Designs, and she's brought some models along to show us some of her creations. Take it away.
So where do you get some of the ideas of your, where do you get some of your ideas? Well, let's have a look and chat while you answer that question.
This
James fashion.
this
Quite
one
nice
has
fabric.
been inspired basically from Xhosa, and that's why I've used some of the pins to actually get what the olden people used to use. And then the print is actually tie and dye, so that is hand painted.
Wow.
And then the pattern, I actually wanted a little bit of color on the blue, since my theme now is timeless denim. That is bull denim, the white bull denim. So then I've put color to match the pants as well.
I see.
I love that.
So this is a raw denim almost. It's like quite a trendy fabric, in fact. A lot of the international brands are starting to move back to sort of basics and starting to use this kind of really raw denim. So it's got a nice South African feel to what's going on internationally too. So you've taken like an international trend and then said, here's my local stamp on it.
Definitely.
And tell me, like, I can see men wearing something like this. Like, so, I mean, do you have a massive male market?
I do. But most of the time I try to do our stuff, especially like that, to be unisex.
Yeah.
And then even the style that I use, the only thing that I change is the side of the button.
Yeah.
So that if a female person can use that, then I can just change a little bit of the shoulder line and then the side button.
Oh, so tell me about the button. Are buttons on a different side when it's a woman's?
Yeah, they are.
Let's discuss it. I love that. Okay, so where's the button of it on a woman's jacket?
The
It's on the-
buttonhole on the woman's jacket.
Is
On the right, you see, my right hand side is buttons.
Why?
Oh, wow.
Oh, you guys haven't noticed that?
Why? No.
I don't actually know. I don't actually know the reason behind that, to be honest. It's a cool thing to go and research. If you know the answer, tweet us. Hashtag Afternoon Express.
Okay.
More men's fashion, now with zips.
Yes.
That's
That
absolutely
one is also inspired. I've mixed quite a number of different cultures. I've just basically with that one, it's basically some of recycling. Most of the things, they were thrown out, so I decided to pick up some of the things and just spread on the garment, on the fabric. Then I started to paint over them. Even
Like
if
what?
the flowers, please turn over. With that, I've used the board. Can you see the brown board just before you throw it, when you peel it up?
Yeah.
That effect comes out.
Oh, that is genius.
So
Tell
I
me,
don't
without
dis-
your creativity and painting, can you paint? Like, are you an artist? Can you draw?
Yes, I can draw.
Okay, that's amazing. I'm always so fascinated by creative people, like people who can make music or fashion designers, if there's a crossover with the artistic talent.
Yeah, that's why I fascinate you.
You are just a wealth of talent, buddy. I could just stare at you all the time.
This is so cool. What I find interesting about your designs is, would you say that these are all ready to wear, or is this more runway kind of conceptual thinking, or is this like take it off the runway, wear it now, and into a day you go?
This one is ready to wear, flowy. The aim is just to grab something and put it over if they are rushing for something more casual and more formal, and then he won't be out. Just a flowy thing, you don't have to press it. Even if you use it creased, it's still fine. And then I've picked up the pins, the others, the one that I've used on the other ones as well.
Fabulous.
Stunning.
I really enjoy how men nowadays are having a lot more fun with fashion.
Yeah.
And colour. There's nothing better than a well-dressed man.
And
Thanks,
so many
Jeannie.
more men are
See,
wearing
she's also crushing on me
skirts.
too. You know what? Jeannie's just crushing on both of us today. This is
But when
great.
did I say your name in that entire sentence?
A man dressed well, you know what? I think that's kind of in the
So
category.
you're kind of crushing on yourself right now.
Just a tad. Just a tad.
What do you think of the idea of men in skirts? Would you ever make a skirt for a man? Because it's quite, traditional as well on some level.
Depends what type of skirts, because with our traditional way with Xhosas, usually they just do a wrap over, and then they put a vest, and then they put beads on top. So that's how men are dressed in our Xhosa traditional culture.
Now we're on to the woman, and this looks absolutely lovely. I love your use of colour. I think you have a lot of fun with your designs.
Definitely, since it's summer now, I thought the bright colors will do, mixed with that denim to allow denim to cut out of it. And then I've used the slits for her movement so that she can actually move, because the skirt is very long. So for her comfort to literally move. And then the fabric does not really crease much. And then I've played around with the denim, the inside and the outside, and then I've added the detail on it.
I see all the stitching. I've seen all your outfits. The stitching becomes a piece of the detail.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Right, let's have a look at our last model then.
Interesting. Some designers don't care if a woman can move, and I've got no beef with that. As long as I look hot, I don't have to be able to move.
Beauty is pain.
Sometimes I have to walk like a geisha.
Exactly.
Okay, this is something a man can wear too, this jacket that's thrown over, this denim jacket.
This one,
Yeah, I think I can see you wearing this, Danilo.
this one can be a dress if you button it up,
Yeah.
and then it's got a belt if you want to have just a plain dress, and then it can be used casual if she wants to go out for swimwear or something like that, so she can take it out. No wonder her top and the shorts then complement the dress as well.
Beautiful.
Stunning. I'd like to see the front. Can we see a twirl? I want to see what this looks like from the front. I see, so you can leave it open. How cool are those buttons?
Yeah, I love that. That is lots of fun. That's like a perfect outfit for like a beach club, beach party kind of event.
Yeah,
Day night.
Really stunning.
Very cool.
Wow. Thank you so much. Well done.
Here's a final look of all the models together. Obviously, just to show off all the different ranges. And I love the fabrics you're using. Very, very unique textures. Some of the guys have got some of those thick fabrics, that unwashed denim, all the way through to the denims that have been treated, and the nice, like cottony fabrics. Really cool.
Yeah. And do you find a lot of your market are people wanting like a unique twist on a traditional outfit?
Definitely, most of the markets, even though they want traditional, they always say we don't want it to be the authentic thing that is more traditional. Please just play with color and add a little bit of detail so that it's more modern and wearable in every occasion.
A lot of young entrepreneurs are trying to break into the fashion spaces, and they're all trying to produce their own things in their homes. How do you compete in such a competitive market, especially when you can get so many cheap brands from overseas as well?
I think unique to actually, as I said earlier, if you actually use your uniqueness, each and every individual has got some aspect of uniqueness, then you actually nurture that uniqueness, and then you nurture it and develop that and actually brand it.
But then there's also, I guess that's part of it, but you still got to try and find a market, you still got to brand yourself, you still got to be able to sell enough items to make all your costs back. It's a lot more than just you've got something unique, hopefully people will find it, because there's so much being pushed in front of the consumer in terms of fashion.
Yes, our clientele base depends. We've got young ones. I focus also on the middle class, and I focus also on the young working class.
Working class, yeah.
And then we do focus on students as well. And then my daughter is a teenager, so she inspires me a lot. So when I do something for her, and then she will come up with her friends, and then I would say, okay, just sell some of the stuff, then you can get your pocket money from there.
Nice.
So,
you know what I find really inspiring about you is you're 53 and you're still going for your dreams. You're still passionate about what you want to do, and you're a go-getter.
Yeah.
How do we make sure that at 53 we're just like you?
there are no shortcuts. You don't sleep and wake up following day successful. You plan, there's a lot of planning involved, there are failures, there are pitfalls, but then you don't give up. Perseverance, and you push all the time, you don't give up. And then that energy, that desire to achieve, and the passion just drives you to always pursue what you want to pursue.
Stunning, stunning, stunning. Who says that you can't continue to have dreams and grow businesses at any given point in your life? Whatever life stage you're in, there's always opportunity to innovate and to recreate yourself.
Yeah, I love how your face lights up when you talk about business.
I love entrepreneurship. It gets me so excited.
Yeah.
Listen, tomorrow's Friday, everybody. Finally. And Afternoon Express is going to be all about art and music. So we meet fashion today, tomorrow art and music. And joining us is Soweto-born graphic designer, dancer and performer Mante Ribane. Plus, we're joined by UK producer and DJ Simbad. It's going to be a really, really cool show, right?
So awesome.
Ready for the weekend? Cheers!
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.